you.
All right, new this morning here, Federal Aviation Administration safety inspectors working on the Boeing 737 MAX jets were apparently underqualified, and the FAA is now accused of trying to hide that fact from Congress.
So the Washington Post reporting this story. So Travis, walk us through exactly what we know right now.
So this started with a whistleblower, which is obviously somebody who raises their hand and says there's something wrong here. The claim was then investigated, and it is basically that safety inspectors that were training pilots, the FAA safety inspectors, training pilots to fly MAX jets, weren't qualified to actually doing that training. It gets worse, though. Apparently, when asked about all of this, the FAA then tried to convince Congress, no, they're totally qualified. So under those underqualified inspectors signing off on the pilot training, and then guess what? Those two 737 MAX jets get certified. They end up crashing, unfortunately, in Indonesia and Ethiopia. 346 people killed here. Now, the multiple investigations have resulted in all of this over the last year or so. Some have focused on problems with the automated safety features on the MAX, like that's a Boeing issue. They're dealing with that. But then there are these concerns about the FAA, their inspectors, and their certification process. Are the planes safe? Were the pilots properly trained on the systems? And that's kind of where this falls. So the whistleblower complaint has now been verified, and we do have an excerpt from the special counselor's letter to the president. And the conclusion here is a simple one. The FAA's misinformation to Congress, quote, diverts attention away from the likely truth of the matter. That truth being that those inspectors were neither qualified under agency policy to certify pilots flying the MAX, nor were they able to assess pilot training and procedures and maneuvers, which is bad. I mean, that's their job, obviously. The FAA standing by what it told Congress, basically saying, no, we were truthful. But critics are saying, look, if there are federal inspectors out there that are saying, go ahead and fly, that are not qualified to make the go ahead and fly recommendation, how big is this problem? How often has this happened? And what can we do about it?
And as flyers, are we safe? Like the moment we step on that plane, I just need to know that I'm safe. I think we all want that same reassurance.
I think a lot of folks have been worried about the trust of Boeing, and I think that company's doing a lot to try and restore our trust, working hard, trying to make safety changes. But I think a lot of people are now looking at the FAA and thinking, can we trust you? Are you out actually protecting us?
Absolutely. And are there criminal implications here, right? I mean, if you lie to Congress, that's a criminal act.
Right, that's exactly right. We already know there's civil action going on here against Boeing, for example, lawsuits being filed. But what is the culpability of the FAA in all of this? And that's a question that is far from sorted out.
Meantime, there's